Hi there, this is Åsa with a new process video. Today I'm sharing a layout with 3 photos from last fall, and they are from our garden. And the one to the left is a sunflower, which eventually started to bloom, but it was just bordering on too late in the season for it to bloom. But it bloomed before the real frost came and pretty much killed everything in a night. The middle photo is one that when I'm crawling on the lawn to take a photo of a cluster of mushrooms that were growing in the lawn. So I wanted to get them in a close-up photo with the garden as a backdrop. And the photo to the right is of a flower that is climbing up one of our lamp posts at the entrance to our garden. And they also bloom very, very late in the season. So it's fall themed, and I'm using the open book collection and the ephemera pack from the open book. So I still think that's the most well spent money in my scrapbooking history to buy that collection, or no, the ephemera pack for that collection. It's been very fun working with it, and I think it suits my style very, very well. So together with the floral pack, it's been just so much fun to play with. So I will be using the die cuts as the embellishing on this page, and I don't think that I even have room for paper. So at the start it looks like I will be building this on a piece of craft cardstock, but later I will change that up to a white piece of cardstock instead. And I often find myself in that situation, that I want to build my page on a pattern paper or a colored cardstock, and then I remove everything and just put it on a plain white cardstock instead, because it's something that I like the clean look of it. And it's been the case for quite some while now, and I have no problem with it, so it's just something that is me at the moment. When I was a kid, I spent my summers at my grandparents on Gotland. Gotland is an island just outside the coast of southern Sweden, and I was born there, and we moved from Gotland when I was 6 years old, and I came back there every summer and spent my time with my grandparents, who had a nice place in the countryside where they grew lots of different both flowers and vegetables and berries and everything that you can imagine. And the climate there is just perfect for growing. So gardening and growing vegetables and berries is something that's very important to me, because it reminds me of my childhood a lot, and the happiness of my childhood. And when moving to northern Sweden, or it's not really northern Sweden, we live just in the middle of Sweden lengthwise, so, but moving to the northern parts of Sweden meant that I had to cut back a bit on my ambitions for gardening, because our season is so much shorter here. It's very intense. It's a kind of, in my old ways of looking at things, it goes from winter to summer in just a couple of days. But we have been able to grow quite a lot in our garden, and some of it, like these sunflowers, just barely get to bloom before winter comes. But it's something that's also a nice challenge. So if I get to grow those things that might seem impossible, I feel that I've accomplished something. So for example, the grapes that I've been talking about before, it's really fun to be able to grow grapes in northern Sweden. I have already been planting the seeds for this year, and I've chosen 2 kinds of tomatoes and just a whole bunch of different peppers. We like peppers a lot and spicy food, so I think it's 8 or 9 different kinds this year, and they are coming along really well. Back to the layout. This is the point where I decide to switch that craft piece of cardstock to a white cardstock, and then I just glue everything down. You see that I've done like I usually do. I've placed everything onto the photo block so that I can change the background easily, and it has become something of my thing to do it like this, because I don't really know how it started, but it seems to work really well for me, so I will continue doing that. I'm sticking some pieces of heart gold vellum under the photo block, and just trying to get it even so that it looks like it's matting the whole photo block there. So using my ruler, my trusty friend, my ruler. I'm putting some extra adhesive down to make everything fit and stay where it should be. I'm drawing a couple of pencil lines as a border around my page, and I will be adding a small title on the green card at the lower part there. I will be writing Sista paret, which is, I think it's a game from when I was a kid, but I really don't remember what it was all about, but it had something to do with kids standing on the line, and the one at the last in the line were supposed to run, and the first one was trying to catch them before they met again. So it must have been pairs of kids on a line. Never mind. But Sista paret is also kind of a metaphor for the last things blooming in the fall before winter comes. So it's like the last couples to go, or the last of its kind in the season. So that's my title, and I spell it out with those nice alphas from October Afternoon. Here is the finished page, and I really love that open book ephemera pack. And here you see Cosmos interrupting my photo session, and some close-ups. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon here in my channel again. This is Åsa. Bye!